Well, I do believe it's the 19th of September 2015. Gordy Little for Hometown Cable. We have a visitor from out of town, and she wanted to see the Apple Fest parade in Peru. So we brought her here, and I brought my camera at the same time. I thought we'd capture a little bit of it for you on this beautiful, sunshiny Saturday. We have more good weather almost than we deserve, but I think I deserve it. So we'll share it with you. The weather has been fantastic. This late summer, early fall will be something to remember, and I hope we don't regret saying all of this come about February 13th of 2016. But we found one of the limited parking spaces that was left for the Apple Fest parade, which has been going on for a long time here in Peru. On the radio, we covered that event. I've also had the good fortune of being actually in the parade as Grand Marshal one year, a long, long time ago, and I was honored to do that. I have to tell you, it was pouring rain at the time. So I did get various body parts very wet getting back to my car, which is near the Peru Central School. I see one of the cars has now decided not to stick here any longer. But the parade is coming. Led by a vehicle, obviously a vehicle belonging to law enforcement. I'm not sure if it would be the Sheriff's Department or not. Don't forget that the Peru Fire Department is a viable part of the mutual aid system here in the North Country. All good friends for many, many years. And I imagine it'll be a sizable parade. Like most of these community parades, there are quite a few people getting into them. Of course, a few politicians. Maybe, if we're lucky, a marching band. Maybe, if we're lucky, a horse or two. But the parade starts at the Peru Central School, comes down the street, past the community church. You see quite a few people sitting along the sidewalk. Community church down there on the right-hand side. Junction with Route 22, they'll turn left. Then they'll turn right down toward the church. Pass St. Augustine's Church and stop at the site of St. Augustine's former elementary school, where a number of events take place on Saturday and Sunday, the day of Apple Fest. I remember some very special things, like the dinners, like the fried bread dough, like that kind of stuff. Once again, you can't beat the weather. I doubt if we're even at 70 degrees. If we are, it's barely 70 degrees. We had some severe humidity for a while, but that's gone. The rest of this weekend will be just absolutely charming. So the parade is already underway. I said it would never start at 11 o'clock because they rarely start on time, but guess what, folks? Apparently it did. We're delighted. And my wife Kay and our visitor Gloria McGirt from Georgia will be heading over to the Apple Fest as I head back to get an oil change on my little car. Guess what, folks? There is a horse. I love it. I wondered if there would be a horse. My day has been made. Those people who know me know how I love horses. Having worked for a while as a cowboy in a western village up in Alexandria Bay back in the 1950s. Looking good. Oh yeah, looking good. We're waving at people going by. Of course we love horses. Look at this. And we're patriots. So we love to see people waving that great American flag, don't you? Mind you, this is not a controlled speed run. These people are walking and they're enjoying their time walking in this great sunshine. And you know what? People from all over the North Country, I imagine many friends from Canada and Vermont will be lining the streets We tried to pull up by the St. Augustine's Church and even back into the parking lot behind the church looking for a parking spot about 11:15 this morning, and that was impossible because we waited till the last minute to arrive here. Lots of the parking spaces were taken, and those that weren't along the roadsides were occupied by lawn chairs.
That's a good side.
Well, that's a pretty good side, I think. How are you?
Pretty good.
I love it.
Having words, y'all.
I'm sorry, I don't know who the Grand Marshal is this year, and I looked in the newspaper this morning and didn't see it listed, but that's probably my own oversight. So I apologize. Great to have the Knights represented here, and if I knew the names of the people coming along, I would certainly tell them to you. Recording this parade for Hometown Cable was kind of an afterthought. So I apologize. You're going to have to say, oh, I know that guy, I know that guy. St. Augustine's Council number 7273, Peru, New York. With a good float and good friends all. Great to see him. Of course we like candy. We're old, but we like sweet stuff. Knights of, there's Gloria picking up candy, of course. Look at, there's a couple more right here, Gloria. Get them.
Alrighty then.
Oh, yeah. At some parade sites, they have made it no-no to throw candy out because kids used to be in the habit of running out into the paths of some of the vehicles, floats in the parades, and so they stopped it. But in many areas, they still do it, and we still love it. The only thing we kind of frown on is cars, souped up cars spinning their wheels and so on, because that gets to be dangerous. And very rarely do we ever hear the sounds of sirens in parades. That's to forego the possibility of a cry wolf episode where there might be a real emergency and they had to use sirens, and people were so in tune, having heard the sirens in the parade, that they wouldn't make way for the emergency vehicles. Of course, St. Augustine School, Peru, New York. I don't hear any music yet, but I think I hear a drum in the distance, so it'll be a delight when they get here. I gotta tell you, it's far nicer sitting here in my shirt and t-shirt and shorts than it is sometimes during the Winter Carnival parades at Saranac Lake, where it's barely above zero. Now, wearing that uniform, it would be a little hard to live up to that persona. What do you think? I don't know if Jesus ever wore shorts underneath either, but that's okay. Some of the businesses in Peru, the Apple Blossom Florist and Overshawn Hardware. Hi, kids. We all are flowers. I like that, in God's garden. What a great idea. We've long been supporters of the educational system, both parochial and public, here in the North Country. We have a lot of family members who are former teachers and present teachers, and we're not going to get into the discussion of politics here during this happy time, during the Apple Fest. Good morning to you.
Thank you. It's a lovely day for
It's a great day for anything today. We gotta have convertibles in parades, don't we? I knew you'd be here, Julie. I saw you on Facebook. Have a great day. See you later. That's Julie Berto. We saw her post early this morning. You gotta have a few Jeeps in the parade, don't you, huh? I think I hear music. I like it. American flags, of course. No big wind, so you don't have to worry about flags and banners. blowing away. North Country Honor Flight, one of our favorite all-time organizations. Look at these people, my heroes, every one of them right there. Hometown Cable has been there to salute these men and women through every honor flight. Peru Central School, come on, you can play, kids. There aren't very many marching bands left in the North Country. All right. Jay and I both love it. We spent a lot of our years at school marching in band. Jay in Saranac Lake and me in a place called Mulwyra in Franklin County. It's nice to live in a community for many, many years as we have, because you see a lot of familiar faces. If they aren't familiar, their grandsons and great-grandsons and granddaughters are represented in today's parade. Sun shining brightly on this 17th day of September 2015. Gordy Little for Hometown Cable. I'm sure Calvin Castine, the originator of this here program, is somewhere filming something this weekend. If it's not a soccer game, it's something somewhere. Between us, we've recorded many, many parades over the years, and I've only been doing it for a short time. Want to see smiling faces? Just take a look right here. See that? Laughing right out loud. Glad to be in the parade, especially the Apple Fest parade. Beautiful blue fire trucks from the Peru Fire Department. Of course, we spent a lot of time spiffing them up. Just a little siren there. Guys are looking good. And for once, these beautiful trucks are not going to a real emergency. They're going to a fun fest called the Apple Fest in Peru. These are all their friends and neighbors along the way too. Once again, this kind of an afterthought being here today. I very rarely had the time to get away from all my other pleasurable duties to come and attend the parade and the celebration, but I'm delighted that we came here today. We got a surreal parade going, folks. It was nice of the sun to be behind me so that I don't get too much glare on the screen. Once again, Gordy Little for Hometown Cable. You won't see my face today unless it's by accident when I drop the camera, because I'm behind it. Thank goodness for these little tiny handheld camcorders. They have high definition pictures and sound, so it's real good to capture everything here today. How are you?
Good, yourself?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sparkies. We take the garbage out. That's what it says on it. I love it. Tyler King. Trash pickup. That's a clever idea with a real business card. Okay. I told you they're big politicians. See my friend Pete Keenan walking here?
Thank you.
There's a team for you right there. There's a team for you. Look at, you're a sucker for suckers, aren't you?
Yes.
You're the man, Peter.
Good you're getting them.
I got you.
Chocolates are all moldy.
I'll eat what I can. Have a great day, Peter. That's what I said before about being in a community for a long time. You get to know the people. I'm not promoting any certain person for elected office, but I salute people who do elected office in these small communities. Sometimes the jobs are thankless. Same is true of school boards.
Yeah, sure.
The kids are here. Yes, they are. Look at them all. Wow, thank you. No, thank you. You can have that one. How are ya? Adirondack Football League, Peru Indians, all pride all the time. How about that? It's a perfect day for a parade. I have no idea what the temperatures might be. No thanks.
Thank you very much.
They're handing out apples because it is, after all, the Peru Apple Fest. I remember on the radio having street drives called Apples for Cystic Fibrosis. Great old Ford truck. In a modern off-road vehicle. I see lights far into the distance, so this won't be a 5-minute parade, folks. This will be a good one. Some of the great old vehicles. That's a Fiat, isn't it? And there's our good friends, Robbie Timmons and Janet Dupree. Some of them Janet Dupree, assembly person, dear friend for so many years. We'd exchange hugs if she were over here. She's looking on that side of the road. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. Oh, there she is. Been in that position for a long time here in the North Country. Representing the North Country very well. We've seen a lot of elections come and go. I remember the first one I covered in the early 1960s for the radio station. And my task was to collect all the votes from the little one-room schoolhouse in Skamoshin Creek. We affectionately know the people who lived there as Crickers. It's all gone now. The schoolhouse, the community, the road is far different than it used to be. But the memories linger on. Nobody's even sweating yet. It's amazing.
It's nice today.
Oh, it's a beautiful day. How are
Let
you?
everybody know.
Looking good.
309 on 22B is open to the public. Have a Queen of Hearts drawing on Friday nights at 8 o'clock. We have karaoke every other Friday. Will be this next Friday. From 8 till midnight.
A little karaoke, should I go?
On Sundays,
Sing Beautiful,
we have
Beautiful
the
Brown Eyes?
country.
Or some other old song that nobody knows anymore? Dog control officer. Oh, look at this, huh? I knew he'd be here. I love it. Ooga to you too, buddy boy. Isn't it great? I love the classic vehicles. Congratulations to all the clubs, all the groups of people who take a little...
Hello, Gordon.
Hello,
How are ya?
Big John. You're looking good, buddy. My friend John Rock, who lost 70 pounds, not because he really wanted to in the beginning, but he had, I think, a quintuple bypass. Almost lost his life, but he's here to smile and talk about it a year later. Beautiful, beautiful, sweet, sweet looking vehicles, I'll tell you that. I won't spend a lot of time talking about the 1980 Cadillac Fleetwood Brome that I had that used to belong to Huey McKee. Does anybody remember Huey McKee? It was a beautiful car. I wish I hadn't left it outside for a couple of winters. But it could be still on the road somewhere. Who knows? It was gold. It was a gold Cadillac. Makes you want to sing the old song, doesn't it, huh? I think we got us a nice parade. This is the 2015 Apple Fest parade in Peru. We're right along the parade route with our cars and our hometown cable camcorders. Gordy Little and his wife Kay in the car, and our guest Gloria McGirt outside seeing the Peru Fest, Apple Fest parade for the first time. A lot of great old cars. More old cars than we've seen in Peru. In a parade for a long time. Hello, how are you? Looking good. How do you like this one? Nice looking Ford, sounds good, nice and quiet and peaceful. Of course, you gotta have Mustangs, you gotta have Corvettes, you gotta have hot rods, you gotta have rat rods. Boy, here's a beauty. Crazy horse, just look at it, isn't that beautiful? GIP 32, wonderful vehicle. My God, this looks great. First I thought he had a bear cub in there with him, but all he had was a dog. Nothing wrong with a dog and a hot rod, is there? So many familiar faces. This is the North Country, folks. If you're watching us somewhere else, you should visit us here in Clinton County sometime. I think we've got a very special place. We used to call it quality of life when we tried to save the air base here. Believe me, this Peru school was affected when the base closed and when it opened. Peru Youth PYC Commission right here. All the kids having fun marching. Hello, hello. I don't know if they're all on step because we don't have a drummer or a band. But we got a lot of kids with orange, red, blue, a lot of adults helping them out. Good group. Hello. They're 2 feet from the side of the road, so that's why we can actually chat with the kids and the adults as they come by and wave at them and hear their conversations on hometown cable. It's the Peru Apple Fest Parade, September 19th, 2015. Oh, there is a drum here. It's not drumming at the time, but it's here. Right there.
How you doing?
Doing great. How are you? Oh, looking good. Listen to the sound. Valhaven. The sun is shining on this beautiful day with some light and fluffy cumulus clouds overhead. Not an oppressive day in any way, just a happy day. Lots of smiles, lots of kids marching, collecting the candy out of the streets. Lots of candy. We're in a good place here for kids. I wish we'd brought some of our 37 great-grandchildren over here. We have some grandchildren and great-grandchildren who live right here in Peru. And the fire truck is waiting for the kids to pick up the candy. I imagine that big tires will turn that taffy into something interesting. This is a good parade. I didn't expect anything less. Lions Club, a wonderful group of people. We've addressed them years in the past and told them our ghost stories and just enjoyed everything. Is that Mr. Edward Isley right there?
Morning, my man.
How are ya? How are ya? How are ya?
How are you? Donna went over to see Margot yesterday.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
See ya,
That's
man. How are
great.
you?
How are you? Good to
How are
see
You know
you.
what? I'm gonna give you a piece of candy.
Not that we know anybody. See you later, Ed. With a lion that looks like he's been tamed for many, many years, riding on the back of the truck. Yeah, we have cartoon characters, we got minions, we got, you name it, we got them in this parade. This is the Apple Fest Parade 2015. Yeah, Mickey Mouse is here, of course. In the past, we've had people hand us brochures from businesses in the North Country, but today they're pulling right over and giving us their business cards. If we ever need any of the services, we'll give them a ring. Pretty good music, huh? Everybody's on their best behavior, got their best clothes on. Got their trucks all spiffied up. Look at how sharp that is. Oh, God. I won't touch it.
Okay. You get a good picture of it?
Yeah, I got it, baby. Of course, you got to get businesses. You got to have politicians. We had one horse, so I know we're going to be all right. Daily reminder, salute our veterans. Home of the brave, land of the free. We thank you for your service, that's for sure. We had the North Country Honor Flight represented here. Our wonderful veterans from World War II and more recent conflicts. Traveling from time to time to the nation's capital in Baltimore to visit their memorials and enjoying it.
Keep your business local.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Keep your business local. I'm gonna go up there. Come on. Over there, I'm gonna keep your business local. Okay, go over there.
Hi, how are you?
I don't know if any of the other media came here today to cover the Apple Fest. I hope they did. It's kind of an incredible event that's happened for many, many years here. St. Augustine's School and Church in Peru. We're here covering the event today, and look at those smiles. Are those the nicest smiles you've seen in a long, long time? They're eating their own candy and enjoying every bit of it too, huh? And our little miniature donkeys are coming. Ken Parker, his family, and his little donkeys that go into the hospitals and nursing homes and schools to make people feel a lot better. These donkeys are actually beautiful. There is Sir Reverend Kenneth Parker right there. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. When they call them therapy donkeys, they're not kidding. It's a Butternut Ridge farm.
Hi, how are you?
Great. I know you too. Aren't they beautiful? Not the donkeys, you.
Well, thanks, pal. Well, she is gorgeous. You're right.
I love it. And the donkeys too. And they're the nicest. And when they go into a nursing home, they put their nose right on the senior citizens' laps and love to be petted. We love new and old tractors. We've seen a lot of them on Hometown Cable at various places. We enjoy seeing them all. How are you, young fella?
Very good, yourself?
Hey, you're a long ways up there. Don't fall off.
Little ways.
at Babby's, one of our favorite places. I'll be there in a short while telling ghost stories, talking to people. How do you like this great old McCormick Daring tractor? Babby's is such a wonderful place. On the river road in Peru. It's a learning museum. So if you get a chance to go there, you'll see my name on a few items. And Calvin and I have been there several times to record programs and interviews and enjoyed it every time we've been there. Leeward Babby started this as an idea, a concept if you will, some years ago, followed through, and now there he is. There's the man himself right there on that great Farmall tractor. Looking good, Leeward! He loves it, and so do we. We love every bit of it. I don't know. I left him in a ditch somewhere, you know. Yes, sir. Our good friend John Zerlo. Connected with the county for a long time, along with his son Michael. We go back to the old drive-in theater days up at the border. And that wasn't yesterday either, folks. You like zombies, huh? We got ways. We got ways to horrify you. The men in black with their best suits on. Might be a little warm today, and I'm glad it's not 90 degrees out there. Take a look at this, huh? I never tried to walk on stilts that tall. If I did, I would probably hurt myself and some other people as I fell down. Helping Hearts, Haunted House.
That's Aaron's bell.
Beekman Town, lots of screens. There are some real nice corn mazes this time of year. I know there's a great one at Country Dreams Farm every year.
Thank you.
I like to go to these places and tell ghost stories around roaring fires at night. This is at the VFW on the Spellman Road, and guess what? I'll be at that one too, folks. Stories that will horrify you. Raise the goosebumps on your arms. Your hair will stand up on the back of your neck. As long as I got hot coffee or hot chocolate, that's fine with me.
See you all over.
I see you all over too. I love it.
Me too.
We got a lot of cars. I don't know if this is the tail end of the parade or not. Could be. It's been a good one. What time is it? I'm moving the camera, but it's like 11:35. So, you know, anytime you get a half-hour parade, 35 minutes, I think you've done quite well. A lot of wonderful floats, a lot of kids and adults marching, senior citizens, little babies. I saw a dog, I saw some donkeys. I don't know if I saw any goats this year, but I've seen them in the past. Yeah, I think that candy on the road right there is taking a beating, don't you? We tried to get all of it. I think Gloria got about a pound of it for me. I'll probably have to fight her for it later in the day. I don't know if Kay will help me protect it or not. It's been a terrific parade. I don't think these are bona fide floats and entries coming up behind the parade, but they are people who are planning to follow it. Everybody loves a parade. Everybody likes to follow a parade to see where it's going. It's not the Easter parade. It's not the 4th of July parade. It's not the Battle of Plattsburgh parade. It's the Apple Fest parade. Wow, look at the color of that truck. I think it's just about time for us to wrap up our coverage of this year's Apple Fest Parade 2015. Gordy Little for Calvin Castine and Hometown Cable. We have thoroughly enjoyed being here, bringing you this small segment of video and a little bit of chatter, a little bit of handshaking, a little bit of hellos with some of our good friends, new and old, in Peru, New York. Wherever you are, I hope you're having the best day of your life, whether it's daytime or nighttime. Before I shut off this little camera, I want to urge you to support Hometown Cable whenever you can. We don't get paid the big bucks for doing this. We do it because we love it. That's why we call it a labor of love. If you like it and you'd like to see it continue, I would urge you to write a generous check. It helps to pay for the gas so we can get here and other places. Just send it to Hometown Cable in care of Calvin Castine, 1477 Ridge Road in Champlain. And I'll end it as I always do by saying, who knows where we're going to be next time for our little corner.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. Hi, Gordy.
Hello there. I was just talking about you.
Were?
Yes, I was.
Oh, awesome.
Every time I contact her, I always tell her twins are special.